Alright, so honestly, when you have a fiberglass kit like this, all you gotta do is just drill out these holes, and since they're like made for your car, or it's made for my car, it pretty much only has one position that it fits in. So all you do is pretty much just line it up by putting it on the car. Use some tape sometimes to hold it up if you don't have an extra person. It's usually good when you're putting on fender flares to get an extra person to like hold it in place for you so it's not wiggling around. You drill through it, put your bolt through, and then after that it's pretty much just drilling the rest of the holes and getting the rest of the bolts in. So that's pretty much the main thing when you're doing a wide body kit, is just get one bolt in there in the position that you like it, and then manipulate it, and you know, make sure that you are drilling in the right spot first. That's the biggest thing. I'm already gonna have my second fender flare on. I already did the first side. I'm gonna have to take off my bumper again because there's some stuff I'm working on, but as of right now, like, the flare's on, looks good, fits perfectly. I did fuck up one bolt hole over here, not on the fiberglass. When I was drilling into the plastic side skirt, I accidentally stepped it out a little bit too big, and so my bolt doesn't fit through there, so I'm gonna have to put a backing on it. Not a big deal, it's just putting a backing behind the side skirt is kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna be fixing this side, putting my zip ties, because I don't have quick releases on my bumper, so I need to drill another hole, put a quick release, or like quick release, put a fucking zip tie through there so it stays in position. Then I'm gonna bolt this fender flare on, and then we can start working on the rear. I can pull off my front bumper again, and we can start working on the rear of this thing. I'm gonna have to jack it up because the bottoms of these flares don't have a something to attach to, and it kind of wiggles around. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this thing right here, it like sits flush, but it like wiggles, even though like all the bolts are in there, and that's gonna be really annoying. So I'm gonna push this down and then drill a bolt through underneath, so I'm gonna need to jack up the car. Other than that, it's pretty simple. How do you feel about it, Lauren?
I'm super hyped.
How is it going as opposed to the first time we wide bodied the car?
Oh my gosh, it's so much easier. It was a pain though last time. I mean, that took, wasn't that like a multi-day process if I remember
like 3
correctly?
days.
Yeah, no, and you already have the one. I mean, literally, well, it was a 3 or 4 part video because it took that long to do. Yeah, you took all day for 3 or 4 days, so it's just crazy. And it just looks so much better as well because they're a lot wider, not necessarily out more, but taking up more on the car. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Time to make an in and out run.
Right, so I'm gonna line this one up and tell me when you look at the front how even does it look.
Okay.
Like from the other side for both flares.
Right.
Perfect?
Yeah, it looks perfectly even to me.
Cool.
Yep, because the front part is hanging over the bumper at the same exact point. Down there. Yeah.
The word is in a sense.
That was easy. Okay, do you want me to hold it there for you to draw stuff?
Yeah. Hold it this side right here.
Gotcha.
Very simple. You grab like 2 more bolts, and all I gotta do is drill the holes and. Alright, so I came inside to get my rear fender flares because I'm way ahead of schedule, and guess who showed up with in and out?
When is that? Someone write this date down. Tyler Cordura, ahead of schedule. That never happens for anything.
So I'm gonna grub, then I'm gonna
look at that plate, look how pretty that looks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. And then I'm gonna grub, and then we're gonna start on the rears.
Yeah.
Because the biggest thing for me is, you guys at home, if you're wide bodying your car for the first time, you'd still have to cut your fenders. I technically can just bolt mine on and roll, but I've had some rubbing issues, and I'm gonna cut the fuck out of these so that there is no rubbing issues. And obviously my car is gonna forevermore be wide bodied. We'll probably change up more setups and shit like that, but for right now, we're gonna cut some more shit up. Alright, I'm gonna kill this, and then I'm gonna go outside. We're ahead of schedule. So my dad now has left the driveway. And his truck is not ruining the audio. We're taking off the rear. I'd just like to reiterate, if you're putting on a wide body kit for your first time, you're not going to be able to just drive away like I will, because my fenders are already cut, because I'm already wide body. If you can just slap your flares on, I mean, unless you're stock cut, but then there's no point to put a wide body on, because then it'll look kind of funny. Or if you're not spacing out your wheels. I mean, I guess you guys can make an argument, but no, what I'm going to be doing with these flares. So, hit your boy up. Do not hit me up if you just want them for free. I'll take them. Granted, everybody will take crap for free. $200, all 4 flares. They're yours. What are you laughing at?
This meme, it shows Steve Carell from The Office, and it says, "Me making any plans ever." And it shows Michael, and he says, "I would not miss it for the world. But if something else came up, I would definitely not go." Oh,
So you see these flares? When they come, they have these huge ass lip on the inside. Unfortunately, that shit doesn't work. You gotta cut this bitch all the way off, basically. So what I do is I come down right here, and I basically just cut all the way up right here. That's like 2 inches right here. Most people, when they get lowered, they roll their fenders. So if you just slap these on, that would defeat the purpose, and your wheel would rub right here and crack your flare. So in order to avoid cracking or breaking shit, you want to really cut all this shit off. And of course, fiberglass gets everywhere when you cut, so just be conscious of that. And wear face masks and shit like that, because you really don't want to breathe that crap in. And fiberglass makes your skin really itchy, so I'm going to need to put a sweatshirt on right now. Like I said, fiberglass is some fucked up shit. So, you really don't want to get fucked up. Wear all this shit. It's hot. Hey, yeah. There you go, that's one down. I'm gonna cut the other one just the same. I'm gonna turn you guys off, and we'll show it back when we're ready to put it back on the fire. All right, so we got the car jacked up, so I'm gonna finish the fronts now. I got the rears off, I cut the flares so that they will fit. Now I'm gonna finish trimming all the fenders so that we have no more rubbing issues, and that we can fix the fitment on the bottom. Well, I don't need to fix it, but just because I can't drill on the bottom without having the car jacked up because the car is too low. So, here's a time lapse for that. Honestly, that's a shit ton of space.
What's a shit ton of space?
If we're still rubbing at this point. So whenever you're cutting stuff and you're using the cutoff wheel, you always want to check the way the blade spins, because sometimes if you don't tighten the thing down right or correctly, or put the blade on correctly, or sometimes they have the way that they mount on there, they have some metal rings that you put on, and sometimes those are bent or something like that, or I don't know, sometimes things get fucked up on the cutoff wheels, and if they don't spin correctly, that's when you die. That's why you call them death wheels, and they'll blow apart. So, see how it spins perfectly, doesn't kind of wobble back and forth. You'll be able to see it oscillate if it doesn't, and take it off, and put it back on, and see if you can correct it. And I always change my blades with the cutoff wheel unplugged, because I'm not trying to lose fingers. You guys may do as you please, but I like my fingers.
Yeah.
fucking eyebrows off. Did I catch on fire anyway? Alright, so the fronts have been cut, bolted back on. I put a t-shirt on because it's starting to get sunburnt. Now it's time to, the rears are off as you can see, cut. Now we just need to bolt it on and everything's gonna be good to go. And Carter's just showing up. He thinks he's cool. It's the next day. Let's kind of recap what we did yesterday. So yesterday morning and previous day night. Well, so I fixed my bumper. I plastic welded my bumper together. We put on the new front lip. We put on all the fender flares for the new kit. And now today we have the Rocket Bunny wing to put on. So Rocket Bunny V2. So the reason that I'm doing all of this, I don't think I've said this yet, and I need to. So the reason why we're doing all this is because we're going to be doing the wrap with premium. And so in doing so with the wrap with premium, you guys know a couple weeks ago I went to TJ Hunt's Spring Bash hosted by Ambit, you know. And to get to Grange Motor Circuit, the roads were pretty shitty. Literally while we were trying to leave the meet, or leave the event, I was literally trying to get up like a 1-inch fucking thing, and totally dragged my lip on the ground, which cracked my bumper, my front lip, and both of the front fender flares. So, wrapping the car from premium, I wanted it to be 100% perfect. I wanted it to be flawless when this thing gets wrapped. And so, I couldn't get my hands on the same flares that I had last time in time. So, I got a whole new lip, I got whole new fenders, and then what I did is I also got a new Rocket Bunny wing. The reason why I did that is because the first time I installed it, I didn't do the greatest job. It's warped a little bit right here, and then some cracks over here because of the warping, or because I had tried to heat it and contour it so hard. So I wanted everything again to be super clean, so we got all new parts, new wing, new flares, and new lip. The new lip wasn't that hard to install. I don't really think I filmed that because it was like 2 screws on the bottom, and then that's pretty much it. I'm still working on the front bumper, and yeah. The cracks in the front bumper was plastic welded. It's doing pretty well. I didn't know if it was going to fix it or not, but it looks like it's holding it together. Today I am wearing my glasses because I just don't give a fuck. I don't want to put my contacts in, and then I don't gotta wear eye protection because I'm already wearing eye protection. Alright, so this time we got the same Rocket Bunny wing, but I have to drill out these rivets, and I'm pretty nervous because I think I did some of them pretty shitty, and I don't really know how I'm gonna get them out. But hey, let's start drilling away. So now, got the old wing off, it's time to put the new wing on. I'm gonna go grab it. So just like the old wing, cut out the inside so that makes it more, you know, flexible. And pretty much have a line out of how we're gonna do this already. Alright, so now I'm gonna drill out my holes on the wing, then mark it with a marker. Cool. I'm just gonna force this thing on so it's pretty centered. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean against it as hard as I can. I'm gonna take this yellow marker . Now I'm gonna get more screws. Push this. it looks a lot cleaner this way. Oh, this is the hardest part. Getting the sides down. Now that right there is why you want to get the plastic one, because it bends. All you're pretty much going to do is just drill a hole straight right there, and you're good. So I have no idea how good or how bad this shot is going to come out. There's a car coming past. I have the microphone underneath my shirt because it is super windy. Let's end this series, or we're going to end the series right here. Rocket Bunny Genesis V2. I know it's not 100% Rocket Bunny, but Rocket Bunny inspired. So V2, let's recap what we did. We threw on the front lip, we threw on the fender flares, we threw on the new Rocket Bunny wing. 3 things. We were supposed to have a grill. We were supposed to get a carbon fiber front grill. The company I actually purchased it from dropped the ball pretty hard. I ordered it. They didn't send it out to me for 3 weeks. By the time they got it, they emailed me saying, sorry, we haven't shipped this out. We are on a holiday or some bullshit. And then they finally got back to me and they said, you know what, we just got this part in. The manufacturer messed it up and doesn't have the holes drilled out for it. And I said, you know what, fuck this. You guys have poor communication, don't know how to run a business. I want my money back. Don't even fucking bother sending me the part. I don't want it. That happened, but it was a lot of fun. We actually got it done really quickly. It was in the span of like 3 days, but not really. So the time I had before work, I tore everything down. The next day was my day off. I had then put everything on, and then the next morning I had left just the Rocket Bunny wing to do because that was going to be simple. It only took me like 15 minutes. So as you guys see, this is the end result of the Rocket Bunny V2 Genesis Coupe. And this is not the end. The final part is the wrap, and there's still some more secret stuff to come to complete the build 100%. Microphone's going everywhere. So I don't even know how this audio is going to sound. Hopefully my shirt like muffles all of the wind and the microphone can still pick up my voice. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm in shot. I don't know if it's in focus. We'll find out. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys liked this series of videos. If you did, keep smashing that like button. Share these videos. That's the biggest thing, guys. Share the videos so that goes around. If you love it, share it with your friends. Or not. Maybe share it on your Instagram. Share it on, I don't know, somewhere. Obviously, the goal with the YouTube channel is to grow. So if you guys can help me grow, I'd love that. And biggest thing, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'd appreciate it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next one. We're out.